Hey guys, I'm back with another YouTube video. Early this semester, I was fortunate enough to be chosen to participate in Ancestry.com DNA testing, and I was so excited because I wanted to do it for such a long time. I actually tried last semester and I didn't get accepted for it, but they reached out to me first thing this semester, and I jumped on the opportunity as soon as I could. I missed class for it and everything. Just a side note, I'd encourage everybody black specifically to do it. Yeah. I found out my results on Wednesday. Obviously have to spit in a tube and it gets shipped out. I think it took maybe like a little over a month to find out, and I've been like waiting on pins and needles for the longest time. I was really excited the whole time because I kind of had an idea that it was going to be black, and black. I don't really know too much about my dad's side of the family. For no reason in particular. It just never really came up. But I do know a lot about my maternal grandmother and where she came from, because I did an interview on her a couple years ago for a class project. And you know, my great-grandfather was in the Negro League, which I thought was super cool. And yeah, part of the reason that I really wanted to do it is because anybody who's seen my grandmom, my maternal grandmother, she's very fair-skinned. She has these beautiful green eyes and the prettiest hair. And I've seen pictures of her when she was younger, and you know, she had long brown hair, so it was easy for her to pass for white. So that's the reason why I really wanted to do it. I thought she was like white until about the age 6. I actually called her my white mom, but she is not. She is a beautiful black woman, and I love her so much. So I'm going to dedicate this YouTube video actually to my mom, because she's the reason why I really wanted to do it, and she was the one who really encouraged me to pursue this and do it. So I love you. I am an African American Studies minor, and I just think it's so cool. I'm really like into African American history and learning about culture and all those great things. So I felt like it was an honor to get selected. And you know what's funny is that I was the only black person in my group. So this semester matter of fact, I'm going to give you guys my results first. I was surprised, but I also wasn't. I didn't go into it expecting anything specific. I didn't expect my Africa percentage to be as high as it was, just because I know I have Native American in my background somewhere along the line. I guess I didn't get those genes, but I know that my great-great-grandmother was full-blooded Native American. Very surprised about the percentage of European blood, I guess, I have in me. I thought it was going to be a little lower. And it's crazy to think that almost 25% of me is European. And as an African American Studies minor, the first thing that my mind went to is slavery. And right now our discussion is really about, we're talking a lot about Ida B. Wells and lynching, and how a lot of that had to do with a black man supposedly raping a white woman. In fact, the majority of the cases that she discussed were about that. And we're also talking about race relations. We actually had a discussion today about interracial sex and how it was illegal. Horrific things that are our country's history. But again, my first thought about the 25%, almost 25% European descent, was that my ancestors were probably being raped by their slave masters, and that was really hard to kind of process and think about. It just became so much more real at that moment, especially when I seen Great Britain. It became so much more real. Like, you know, you don't know where you come from. Most people do not know where they come from. This made everything a little more clear to me, but it's just that, like I said, that was the first thing that came to my mind. After we found out our results, we were asked to speak about how we felt. And of course, you know, that's just me jumping to what I assume it to be. And it makes it even worse. when I am, you know, an African American studies minor. And I do know a lot about the history of this country. I know a lot about the history of slaves. I know about the history of European whites. I know a lot about that. So it was hard for my mind not to go to that place. As I'm sure you have already realized, both of my parents are black. And the reason that that's important to note is because the case Loving versus Virginia, which put a ban on miscegenation laws, that only happened in 1967. My mom was born in 1968, which means at that time, interracial relationships were strictly prohibited. Because both of my parents are black, and I know it doesn't come from my grandparents, I also know it doesn't come from my great-grandparents or my great-great-great-grandparents, which now puts us back in the 1800s. I'll find out more information at the end of the semester because that's when we get our full profile. Anyway, I was the only black person in the group. Seeing the people's list around me, they had all these million different things, and I only have African and European, and I was like, oh. Wow, I expected it to be a little more. I'm not ashamed or anything. I'm actually really happy that I got it. I wouldn't say I'm happy or not happy with my results, but it is what it is, and it's definitely going to prompt me to do more research in the future. Yeah. One of the questions that they asked us was if we would identify differently after finding our results, to which I responded, I'm black today, I was black yesterday, and I'll be black tomorrow. Like I said, I feel very fortunate and blessed to have been a part of that experience. I feel like everybody should get that experience because I feel like it's important to know where you come from. And like I said, later at the end of the semester, I might do a follow-up video because that's when I'll get my full profile and I'll be able to pinpoint some of my relatives or some of the people that I'm related to. I have a lot of thoughts. I really do. I don't even know if I can necessarily put it all into words. I would really like to know how that relation between Europe and Africa came about. Like I said, I have my own ideas, but I would love to find out the definite reason. So I'm definitely going to be doing more research on my own, and I'm super excited to share my profile. Like I said, I've wanted to do this for a really long time, and now my mom wants to do it, and my grandma wants to do it, and da-da-da-da-da. And I thank you guys for watching my YouTube video. This is my second one, so hopefully I'm going to continue to get better and better. But I do plan on putting out another one very shortly about my trip to Jamaica, and it works because I'm wearing a Jamaica shirt today. So that's it. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching my awkward ass talk for however long, and